Hello, it's Simon from Confidence Wills, and this week I want to talk to you about wills for same-sex couples. Now, I want to begin this video by just saying that I am a deeply apolitical person. The parliamentary channel looks to me like an endless series of arguments between the punchable and the incompetent, and I don't want to get involved. That said, some of you may remember a couple of likely Etonians called George Osborne and David Cameron. David Cameron was the one who got us kicked out of the EU before going off to work for Greensill Capital, and George Osborne was the one who halved funding to the NHS in real terms before going off to work for Evgeny Lebedev, the Russian oligarch. So what did they do that was arguably prejudicial to same-sex couples? Well, what they did was they introduced a bit of law called the residence nil rate ban. And this was a means of giving additional inheritance tax exemptions to those who are leaving houses to children. And the reason this was arguably a discriminatory law ties into the family structures of same-sex versus opposite-sex couples, insofar as same-sex couples are about half as likely to have children or be married as opposite-sex couples. Both of those impact the availability of the residence nil rate ban to those groups. And actually, fundamentally, same-sex couples are a bit richer as well, so the effect was exaggerated. Now, when you run the numbers on the estates of an opposite and same-sex sort of cohort, and the inheritance tax burden, where that estate is around £1 million in value, what you see is, in the case of the same-sex couples, a tax bill that is about twice the size of that applicable to the opposite-sex couples. So what can you do about this? Well, assuming you can't afford the sort of Panamanian holding structures favoured by David Cameron's dad, what you can do is you can use a thing called a nil rate ban trust to mitigate inheritance tax when you're not married, if you're not married. All you do with that is you essentially say, I'm not giving everything outright to my partner, I'm putting it into a sort of pot, and that will have its own exemptions associated with it, and it's a way of managing that initial transfer. The other thing you can do, there's a number of strategies around gifting and the use of business property relief as well that you can use to mitigate that effect. Now, a lot of those approaches have kind of clocks that need to start ticking. They're time bound, so you need a certain number of years to pass for them to work. So if you're thinking about making a will and you're in a same-sex relationship, I urge you to jump on it, get moving, get going now. So subscribe to the videos, contact us using the details on the page, or read the blogs, but get hold of us soon and begin the process, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Take care.